Good day everyone, especially to our lovely instructor, Professor Jessa Bayutas. A pleasant day to you, ma'am. I am General May G. Mahasol. Together with my groupmates, we are going to discuss about the fundamentals of blueprint reading. At the end of this episode, the students are expected to differentiate metric and English system of measurement, convert units from English to metric and vice versa, recognition and identification of the different lines used in technical drawing, and sketching and classification of the different lettering styles.
Good day everyone, my name is Janina Ann Lumakta, and for today's video I will be reporting about differentiate, metric, and English system of measurement. English system of measurement and metric system. So first is English system of measurement is harder than metric system. So it means that the English system is lisod kaysa sa metric system. While the metric system is easier than English system of measurement. So it means that ang metric system is sayon kaayo ra. So next is that this system is based on common length of body parts. So ang English system is magamit ni siya sa atong body part sa pag-measure sa atong body part, which is kanang 1 foot, kanang pag-measure sa atong body or sa atong hips na. While the metric system is this system is easy to manipulate because all conversion is based on multiple of 10, which means na mao din sayon ang metric system because of magamit siya og the power of 10, which is this the metric system uses the power of 10. Switching from centimeter to kilometer to meter is also very easy. So 1 kilometer, for example, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So next, for example, to 1,000 grams is equivalent to 1 kilogram. So magamit siya power of 10. So ang English system is lisod siya kay memorization siya. For example, 12 inches to 1 foot, 16 pounds to 16 ounces to 1 pound. So di siya pareha sa metric system na mahinumduman na magamit og power of 10. So next is the English system of measurement created in US. So it means sabotable understanding kayo nga dito siya gi-create sa United States. Dito siya gi-discover, dito siya gi-develop. So next is that metric system created in France. So ang metric system dito sa France, while ang English dito siya sa US gi-create. So, understanding kayo nga, lain-lain silang country nga na-discoveran, nag-createan. So, lain po ang founder, ani.
So, next is the English system of measurement uses feet, inches, and pounds for measuring things. The metric system uses most of the unit meter and gram and prefixes like kilo, millis, and centi to count order of magnitude. Next is English system of measurement is designed to increase difficulty of measuring length. Metric system is designed all measurement is in power of 10. The English system and metric system both have different length, weight, and capacity, but they have difference. The English system is defined as the measurement system used in many countries using feet, inches, and so on. While the metric system is a group of units used to make any kinds of measurement, such as like kilo, millis, and centimeter, or like then here are example of English system of measurement and metric system measurement.
Moving on to the next topic, we will discuss about the conversion of units from English to metric and vice versa.
I'm gonna give you a quick lesson on unit conversion, or what's more formal called unit analysis or dimensional
I'm pretty sure
analysis.
that you've done analysis in your life. On a regular basis, you convert like feet into inches, hours into minutes, or days into hours, or things like that. But I want to show you more formalized kind of step-wise method that are really help you out as you get into more complex unit conversion. So you already know hours, lots of this. Or maybe you know one color probably equals to 1 minute quarts equals. So there's lots of these conversion factors. But as we said, these are ratios. So for 1 minute equals 60 seconds, I could write that as the ratio 1 minute 60 seconds. Or you probably know 1 foot equals 12 inches. Or 1 hour equals to 60 minutes. Or 1 day equals to 24 hours. Maybe you know 1 gallon equals to 4 quarts. So there's lots of these conversion factors, but as we said, these are ratios. So for 1 minute equals 60 seconds, I could write that as the ratio 1 minute per 60 seconds. But it's also true that I could flip it and say there's 60 seconds per 1 minute, and that's true for any conversion factor, because conversion factors always come in pairs. So example, I could say 1 foot per 12 inches, or I could say 12 inches per 1 foot. Now, the method again that we're going to use to convert between units is called unit analysis. Unit analysis method, and it's just a stepwise process, and it basically has 3 different steps that I want to show you. And the best way to probably show you the 3 steps is just to use a real simple example. So let's go through this problem solving method. So our simple example is how many seconds are in 3.55 minutes. So step 1 just says, so identify the known quantity and identify the units of the new quantity. Okay, so what's the known quantity? Well, the one I know are 3.55 minutes. So I'm gonna write down what I know. I know 3.55 minutes. And what do I want to know? What are the units of the new quantum trying to find? Well, again, I'm trying to find the seconds, so I'm going to put seconds over here. So I'm trying to get from minutes into seconds. So okay, step 2 says multiply this given quantity by a conversion factor. Could be more, so that the units cancel and leave you with the units you desire. Okay, so we just said that 1 minute equals 60 seconds, diba? So okay, so I need to set that up so that the units will cancel. I can get rid of minutes and put it into seconds. Okay, that conversion can be written one of 2 ways. As a ratio, I could write it 1 minute per 60 seconds, or 60 seconds per 1 minute. As the goal in here, as a ratio, if I want minutes to cancel and leave me with seconds, which way will it be? It have to be either way on the left or the way on the right. Okay, if I want minutes to cancel, the minutes will have to be on the bottom. So it's gonna have to be this variation right here. It's going to be 60 seconds on top and 1 minute on the bottom. And now
So
you
step
can
3
see
says,
minutes will cancel.
now that I've got it set
If
up,
I
I
use
just want
this
to go
conversion factor
ahead
have
and
punch
add
in your
minutes
and
times
perform
minutes
whatever
divided by
operations are
seconds.
indicated. I would
So
have get
some
my
persons
gain,
it's
like minutes squared
3.55
per second.
minutes
So
times
since I
60
was
divided by
starting
1.
with units of minutes,
So
on the
I
top
put that on my
I
calculator
had
and I
to
got
have those
200
and same units on the
13
bottom
seconds.
of the
So
conversion factors.
there you go.
Okay?
So I just converted
3.55 minutes
into 213 seconds. So 1 unit to another.
Everyone, I am Maricruz Chavillo, and I'm going to discuss the English and metric conversion, vice versa, metric and English conversion.
Significant digits and conversions. English, English, and metric, metric conversions are always exact. They have been defined and are not measurements, so they do not affect the significant digits of the calculation. 1 feet is equals to 12 inches. 1 yard is equals to 3 feet, and 1 goal is equals to 4 quarts. Significant digits and conversions. However, English metric conversions are inexact. They have been measured, not defined. So the significant digits in the measurement do affect the significant digits of the calculation. Example, 1 pound is equals to 454 grams. The English conversion is the 1 pounds, and its metric conversions is 455 grams. As well as the 1 quart is equals to 0.946. So the 1 quart is the English conversion and the 0.96 and 946 is the metric conversion. Only exact English metric conversions is 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. How many yards are in 2.7 miles? 1 yard is equals to 3 feet. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet.
this topic, we're going to tackle about the recognition and identification of the different lines used in technical drawing. In technical drawing, it would be impossible for an engineer, designer, or architect to describe in words the shape, size, and relationship of a complex object. Therefore, drawings have become the universal language used by engineers, designers, technicians, as well as craftsmen to communicate the information necessary to build, assemble, and service the product of industry. Lines are part of that language. So now, let's proceed to the language of lines. Since technical drawings are made of lines, it is logical that the first step in learning to read a drawing is to learn the meaning of each kind of line. Generally, there are 11 basic types of line. The first basic types of line is object line. A visible line or object line is a thick continuous line used to outline the visible edges or contours of an object. Second one is hidden line. A hidden line, also known as a hidden object line, is a medium weight line made of short dashes about 1/8 inches long with 1/16 inches gaps to show edges, surfaces, and corners which cannot be seen. Sometimes they are used to make the drawings easier to understand. Often they are omitted in an isometric view. Third one is section line. Section lines are used to show the cut surfaces of an object in section views. They are fine, dark lines. Various types of section lines may indicate the type of material cut by the cutting plane line.
Good day, everyone. So for now, for the continuation of our report, so my topics is to discuss about the cutting plane line, the brick line, the punctum line, and the border line. So first, let me discuss what is a cutting plane line. So a cutting plane line, it is very heavy that helps to show the internal shape of the part or assembly by slicing through the object. So, the uses of cutting plane line is to show where the object is being cut, and also its lining is very thick. So, it usually measures 0.6 mm dash lines. And then the arrows represent the direction of the line of sight for the view, and they point away from the section view. So next is the brick lines. So there are three kinds of brick lines used in drawings. And they are used to remove or break out part of a drawing for clarity and also to shorten objects which have the same shape throughout their length and may be too long to place on the drawing. So what are the uses of the brick lines? So it uses to show that part has been shortened to reduce its size on the drawing. And then, ang pinaka-common nga gigamit sa blueprint kay ang long and short brick lines because it uses to flat surfaces. And then, ang cylindrical brick lines kay it uses on rods, dowels, and etc. Next is the phantom line. So the phantom line are long, long lines most often used to show the travel or movement of an object, one apart in alternative positions. So it can also uses be to show adjacent objects or features. So it means that the phantom lines represent the disclaimed portion of a design drawing, and it also indicates an imaginary features which the line weight is usually thin and it measures 0.3 mm. And then we have last the border lines. So border lines are very thick and continuous lines used to show the boundary of the drawing or to separate different objects to drawn or one sheet. So it means that a borderline is drawn around the inside of the edges of the paper, and then it usually measures 10 mm from the edge of the paper. And then basically a borderline, it is a rectangular drawn, and then inside of the rectangle is the design area. And the title block is normally at the bottom of the paper. And then always remember that a borderline is a thick line.
Why is it important to know different lines? Lines are provide emphasis and define shape. They can be used to convey mood and emotions. Example, think of any website and all the places lines are or could be used when you align elements of a design. You create an implied line that organizes and connects those elements. The next part of language of lines is center line. Center line are used to indicate the centers of holes, arcs, and symmetrical objects. They are very thin, precise, long, short, long kinds of lines. Any that bisects a plane figure. The center line of a building plan, a line along the center of a road or highway dividing it into separate sections for traffic moving in opposite directions. Radio, that perpendicular bisector of the line connecting two radio transmitters. So next is dimension line. Dimension lines are thin and are used to show the actual size of an object. There are arrowheads at both and that terminate the extension lines. Dimension lines indicate the measurements of objects in a drawing, and you can add several types of dimension lines. So what are those? Vertical or horizontal lines. Measure the vertical y-axis or horizontal x-axis distance any of the two nodes. So next is extension line. Extension lines are also thin lines showing the limits of dimensions. Dimension line arrowheads touch extension lines. Extension lines continue or extend from the surface of the object and establish the size of any dimension. They do not touch the object lines and extend slightly past the dimension line. Extension lines provide a means of displaying a measurement without placing the dimension line on the past. So next is leader line. Leaders are more thin lines used to point to an area of a drawing requiring a note for explanation. They are preferably drawn at a 45 degrees angles. A leader line is line that establishes a connection between a graphical representation of an item and some text. A leader points to a bit of overdrawing and says, "Oi, look at here, and read this." The leader line itself should be a continuous thin line.
Sketching techniques is the most basic and fundamental art skill that most artists start with a continuously honed through the years. So this techniques is muna siya ang first nga buhaton sa mga artist before sila nga nahimong expert artist. Like mag-draw sila og kanang a vertical line, horizontal, diagonal, and so on. Keep the pencil sharp but not too sharp. Hold it with a grip firm enough for control but not so tight that your arm isn't relaxed. Don't draw heavily at first. Lettering is considered an art form where each letter in a phrase or quote acts or an illustration. Each letter is created with attention to detail and has unique rule within a composition. Otherwise, lettering refers to the stylistic creation of typography. There have 6 different lettering styles. First, traditional calligraphy. Second one, modern calligraphy. Third, Gothic lettering. 4, serif lettering. Fifth, sans serif lettering, and lastly, new lettering styles. Traditional calligraphy is the design and creation of hand lettering writing, brushed or other writing tool. Modern calligraphy is any form of calligraphy that's untraditional in its looser, more organic form. Script, cursive, and brush lettering are all viewed as a modern calligraphy, contributing to its recent rise in popularity. Gothic lettering is one traditional form of calligraphic lettering, sometimes called black letter. 4. We have serif lettering, are the small lines or mark added to the ends of letters in certain typography styles. These tapers are called tails or feet and can lead a more formal look to your lettering. Fifth, we have sans serif lettering. Any lettering without serif is categorized as being in the sans serif style. Without tails, these lettering styles look smoother and clean. 6. New lettering styles. Trends are always emerging and changing. Consider different styles like graffiti lettering that developed from cultural trends and took on a life of their own. These are the sketching of modern calligraphy and traditional calligraphy. As you can see, the two pictures, both of them, either have a differences, and try to look at the difference between the two of them. So the modern calligraphy have a different styles, and also the traditional calligraphy. The difference between the two of them, try to look at the letters. No, ang ilahang style sa ilahang letters kay lahi-lahi ang pag-curve, lahi ang ilang tails or feet, and naisay kanang lahi-lahi og kanang mga style sa ilang ikog-ikog, no? Sa modern is iyang ikog diri kay koan balog kaayo. Makita ganinyo ang kalahian sa duha sa modern and traditional calligraphy. Let's have the sketching of Gothic calligraphy and graffiti. So Gothic calligraphy mano siya ang gitawag nga black letter, kay silbi ang iyang mga letters kay naka-bold and colored black. And graffiti naman kay mo ni siya ang kanang style sa kanang makita nimo siya sa kanang wall nga silbi arts nga gigamit siya nga kanang spray sa wall. We have sans serif sketching and serif sketching. As you can see, the two pictures, there have a differences. Sa sans serif, wala siya kanang tail or ikog-ikog, and siya tail. Later on, I will be present to you the difference between the two of them. These are the differences between serif and sans serif. This is what I mean. Kanang tail niya ikog-ikog. As you can see, the serif, na mo ni siya ang iyang ikog-ikog, kanang na serifs on the ends. Mo na siya tail. Sans serif mo na siya ang tawag without tail, mo na siya ang timailhan. Ang serif is with tail and sans serifs is without tail. Try to look at the first picture. First picture, mo siya ang modern and traditional calligraphy ang lahang difference, no? As you can see, lahi ang ilahang styles, lahi ang ilahang pag curve sa ilang styles style sa ilahang letters. Sa modern kay pa curve siya pababaw lang, and sa traditional is ni curve siya pababaw to up and up to down. No. Then the second pictures mo na siya ang mga new styles, mga different styles. Mo na siya ang mga nagkalinlain ng mga styles or fonts. Oblique sketching. Oblique drawings provide a quick way to sketch an object of height, width, and depth. Oblique drawings have only one receding axis, can be drawn at any angle, but is typically drawn at a 30-degree or 45-degree angle. So sa oblique sketching, wala na siya ang time nga mag-sketch og object nga nag-represent siya sa tulo ka dimensions, which is height, width, and depth. And the measurement of this is tulo ka dimensions, which is height, width, and depth. And the measurement of this is 30-degree or 45-degree angle. So I have here the examples of oblique sketching. So let's focus first the first picture. In the first picture, as you can see, nasya ka ng mga angles and measurements. So the first angle here is have a 90 angle and 30 angle and the 40 angle. Tanawan ninyo ang kanang ang angle niya sa 90 kay kuan siya kanang half. Then sa 40 is kanang half gamay siya sa 90, and sa 30 is half siya sa 40. Next, try to look at the second objects. Now, sa first, ang buhaton is buhat kag first og square. And next, magbuhat sad ka og mga extension lines sa ibabaw and also the grid lines sa kilid. And nag-measure siya og 30-degree or 45-degree. Time nga maka-create na ka og full objects. So, meaning sa what I mean sa grid lines mo na siya ang kanang half nga line nga silbi mo imuhang guide. Next, look at the second picture. Na siya oblique drawing angle and type of oblique drawing. So first, we have a oblique drawing angle. Na siya tulo ka object na different height. So first, nag-measure siya og 30-degree. Gikan sa grid lines to the point sa line sa object. Nag-measure siya og 30-degree. And the second is 45-degree ang iyang angle from the grid lines to the point of object. And lastly is the 60-degree. There have two type of oblique drawing. First is cavalier and second is cabinet. So first is cavalier. Nag-measure siya og 45-degree angle. And as you can see the picture, sa ibabaw niya nga part, gitawag na siya og full scale rather. And the second is cabinet. Cabinet ang yang sayang upward is gitawag siya half scale. Oblique drawing is similar to isometric drawing. In the oblique drawing, the view of the object is parallel to the plan, and in isometric drawing, the object is drawn along the plan at an angle of 30 degree. The angle of elevation in the side of the oblique drawing is kept at an angle 30 degree to 40 degree angle. So always remember that the oblique drawing is measured of 30 degree to 40 degree angle. Then sa isometric drawing, measure siya og 30 degree angles only. So later on, I will be discussing the isometric drawing so that you will know the difference between oblique drawing and the isometric drawing. So isometric sketching. Isometric sketching is isometric sketches must maintain angle very close to 30 degree angle. So therefore, to get the feel of an isometric, try sketching 30 angles in this exercise. So look at the angle of 30 degrees. So imuhang always remember nga ang isometric sketching is always siya nag-maintain og angle nga 30 degrees. 30 degrees ra gyud siya. Unlike sa oblique drawing is kuan siya 30 degree or 45 degrees angle. So ang kanang 30 degrees angle makita na nimo siya sa triangular set. Sa kanang triangular set kanang part nga gamay nga angle mo na siya ang 30 degree angle. Isometric sketching can be done in different ways. So we have step 1, step 2, and step 3 sa pagbuhat og objects using isometric sketching. So sa step 1, magbuhat ka og line and then find the center and make a vertical line, and then from the line to vertical line, from line sa ubos, and then sa vertical line diha ka magkuha og 30 degree, same as diri sa pikas nga side. And the step 2, imo na siyang i-erase ang kaniimuhang first nga gibuhat nimo nga line. Imo na siyang i-erase, and then sa step 3 imo na siyang i-connect para maka-create na ka og objects. So kaning first line nga naay bagis, i-connect nimo siya pa up, and then sa kaning center nga line nga naay bagis ka gamay, i-connect nimo siya pa left, and then sa pikas is pa right para ma-connect siya and ma-create ang full object. Isometric sketching, also called isometric projection. Method of
orthographic sketching. Of all the methods of making drawings, orthographic projection is the most commonly used by graph person. Although the other methods serve their purposes, they cannot always show the parts of an object as well as orthographic representation. An orthographic drawing is a drawing that shows the top view, front view, and the right side view of the three-dimensional figures. The top view is projected directly above the front view, and the front view and the right side view is also lined up with each other. The height, width, length of the object must remain the same from view to view. But the important thing to remember in orthographic sketching is the alignment of the views. So in orthographic, we have orthographic and isometric. In isometric is ang kabuuan nga lang nga atong makita sa object. Or ang orthographic proof is mao na ang mga views lang ang atong makita. Sa isometric, we have 30 degree, and sa isometric is 30 degree, ang orthographic is 45 degree. So, on the spot sketching. Sketching on the spot is a standard industry practice. A piece of machinery needs to be changed, a support needs to be added, or pictorial information in some way requires a sketch. And on the spot sketching, for example, your instructor will give you an object to sketch. So you will need to produce an isometric katong whole ang makita kabuuan nyo now, and also an orthographic drawing with as many views as required to show all the details of the object to be built.